It's time for a reading. Let's see what is going on in the collective's energy currently. I just saw red flags and I noticed the roses in it. Oh, it's right there. Cool. The roses. Anyway, let's confirm what's going on in the collective's energy currently, please. Ghosted. Oh my lordy. On red and ghosted. Side hustle. Like, that's not ideal. Luxury life. Why am I hearing like self-respect with that? Just FYI. What are you? Unbothered. That's a lot of, it's just a lot of like, I'm trusting myself. I'm trusting where I'm guided. I have self-respect. I'm focused on my side hustle. But you've got two energies here of being ghosted, being ignored. Ghosted, closure, not bad. Not bad at all. Side hustle, unbreakable. Super focused right now. Nice. Love to see it. On red. What are they? Hopeless romantic and swipe right. Why? You're being ignored. Why? And if you're so focused on work, why is this such a big issue then? And if you've got self-respect and all that here, why is this a thing? You've got closure with it, which is giving me, like with ghosted, which they feel very similar, which is giving me the impression that you've closed out this cycle. But the fact that it's still here, there's something that's not being looked at. There has to be, otherwise why is it here? Bounce back. There's something about it that's important. We're going to confirm with tarot. I'm going to get your perspective on what's currently going on in your energy, and then I'll get the universes and we'll compare the pair. Collectives, perspective on their current energy. That was so hard. Three of Swords. I just immediately had betrayed, which isn't necessarily specified with that card. This is more of a heartbreak card, right? Eight of Swords, we're not seeing things clearly, and you've got King of Pentacles as well. Finances, that's that like side hustle kind of luxury life. The Star reverse, you're losing faith in something. It also could be an energy of longing. And this is what I want to confirm. Yeah. Three of Swords, Four of Wands. You're certainly like missing, not missing as in like visually or perception wise, you're missing something. I mean like you're actually missing something, someone, it feels. Yeah. King of Cups, your emotions, you're not seeing them properly, you're not understanding them properly. You feel quite blocked and in a loop when it comes to this. This is why I didn't understand the closure, because you've got closure and ghosted, but then you've got very similar energy, and there was three cards about it. Like it felt like maybe that particular situation was done, but the damage has not been dealt with. That's what would make sense, wouldn't it? Four of Wands is my energy of belonging, foundation. It's like having somewhere to go. You can talk about celebration. I feel like it's really an energy of home. Not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be home, but where you feel supported. King of Pentacles, please. Queen of Wands, there's a lot of court cards here. This feels like more internal energy though. I feel like you're standing firm in yourself. And I always say the Queen of Wands, like she could have whatever she wants. Very influential, very magnetic kind of energy. That paired with the King of Pentacles, which is a very dependable energy, very financially sound. It feels like you're really focused in the right areas. It's emotionally, these are the things, and yeah, emotions have been highlighted as you're not seeing it. From your perspective anyway, you're not, or it's like they trap you even. The Star, feel disappointed. Death. Three of Wands. I literally just heard patience straight away with it. Patience, like you're waiting for something but you're losing faith in it. I'm telling you, like you may have dealt with or closed out the ghosted energy. You may have closed it out, but in terms of like the emotional damage, you have not closed that out. That still lingers for this collective. I'll get the universe's perspective now, because that's yours, and then I'll do your emotions and see what is showing up for you. I think you need a perspective shift. I think you need to, yeah. The universe's perspective and the collective current energy, please. I'm confused. 7 of Cups. Too many options right now. I'm immediately like picturing that swipe right card. Okay. Page of Swords, very curious. 9 of Swords, past memories are coming up though. 4 of Cups, you feel dissatisfied. I said you felt disappointed before. 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. 7 of Cups, absolute confusion, especially emotionally. You got a lot of emotions here. I'll say it's your mindset that's not clear, but you're curious about it, which is nice. Queen of Wands on the bottom again. 7 of Cups, universe's perspective. Ace of Swords, you don't have clarity. I think, honestly, the confusion that you have is clarity enough. You're not sitting balanced. Like, that's the clarity that you need right now. You have a lot of options and it's almost paralyzing you. It feels like you've got a lot of areas that you want to focus on. You need to take stock of what you're trying to decide between. Like, you've got the 7 of Cups is like, they're not all good for you. Like, you shouldn't be going after them all. They're not all for you anyway. Being like torn between 7 different things is a lot. Like 7 different areas of life. 7 of Cups, please. You just don't, yeah. 4 of Swords, you're extremely mentally overwhelmed, trying to make sense of everything when it comes to emotional fulfillment, the end goal it feels, and you've got the Devil with it. So your shadow like rears up when you're trying to, it feels like when you're trying to make sense of everything and plan ahead in some aspects for something that's so far ahead, like you don't have clarity on it just yet, you're clouded. It just overwhelms you. It just feels like something you can't ground yet. It's not that it can't be grounded. It's not that you shouldn't have an idea of what you want. It's none of that. It paralyzes you. Like, it confuses you. And I'm hearing, like, if you've got a set criteria for what you must have or what someone, like, attributes someone must have, like, you're going to feel immobilized by that, because we don't work like that. Like no one's that perfect. And I find after you've been like traumatized by a relationship, we can become really, really picky. And that's not a bad thing. But I always say, like, you've got to be careful with it. You've got to have awareness of, I'm hearing like being critical. I'm getting a lot of stuff from the universe. Like, it just feels like your perspective is very like, here's what's happened. And the universe are like, let's actually unpack where you sit in it though. 4 of Cups, dissatisfied. It says over it on her top, just FYI. Over it. Doesn't want the cup that's being offered to her. 3 of Wands. Future focus. You're like, again, I just said you're focused way too far ahead. This is the issue. You haven't let go of what's happened to you. I'm looking at it. You got 9 of Swords here. So you haven't let go of what's been happened to you. You haven't processed it fully. This is something that would come up and repeat quite a lot, especially in the middle of the night when you're trying to sleep. Like, this feels like stuff that would be running through your head. You have not processed that properly, the trauma that has been inflicted on you. When you're moving forward now, it's not even at the back of your mind. It feels like it's at the forefront. Like, I will not let this happen to me again. I will not. The person that I meet, the people I spend time with, whatever, they have to meet this criteria, because I cannot let this happen to me again. I cannot go through that again because I barely scraped by last time. I'm not saying that that's imbalanced. It's a lot of heaviness, like I say, for something that's supposed to be fun. Like, getting to know people is supposed to be fun, and having such a heavy weight on it means there's stuff that needs to be unpacked here. I'm not saying that the collective is wrong in this. At the end of the day, like, no one gets to condemn the way that we choose to heal ourselves, especially when we're not the ones that broke us in the first place. Not that we're broken and we need to be fixed, but I hope you get what I'm saying. I don't want this collective to think that I'm here being like, you're the problem, it's you. No, but if you're sitting in a place of, I want to progress forward and it's not happening, well, then maybe we need to adjust things a little bit. And that's what I feel like the point is. Like, when you try to have crisp, clear clarity on exactly what is happening or what you're doing or what someone else is doing, it clouds you. And it's your shadow activated, right? Because you can't fully understand what someone else is doing. You have to just take note, right? Like, just have to pay attention and be observant. Because even if you try to gain this clarity by asking a million questions, like, they could promise you whatever. Like, we've all been through this, have we not? Like, someone can promise you the world, but action-wise, they will show you clearly that they don't mean it and they don't have it in them. I don't know why I'm like going in on this collective. Nine, so you got to close, and you've got Six of Cups on the bottom. I promise you, it's your past memories that are rearing up, that are literally clouding you. And it's something that needs to be closed. Like, it's not, you're not supposed to sit in this forever. No one is supposed to sit in this forever. This is like a stepping stone on the way to healing. This is like your brain highlighting to you that there's something going on that we need to look at. Again, like past, Six of Cups, Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, thank you very much. You just feel, it's not, how do I even word it? The Hierophant. It's not any, like, it's not the collective's fault that you feel like this. It's not the point. But I always say, like, we end up getting to a point where what we're doing is not working. And that feels like the point for this collective. I'm not talking to anyone who, like, if, oh God, how do I word this without being rude? Like, if you're going to come back and be like, okay, but they did this and they did that. And, like, I hear you, and I'm not condoning anyone's poor behavior. For this collective, you're trying to move forward, and I feel like it's not working. I feel like the way that you're handling things, and it's not that you're handling things wrong, it's just that it's not getting you the result that you want, because you want to get to know people, yet your criteria is bloody a mile long. And if they don't fit into that criteria, it's like you won't. I feel like a lot of my collectives are trying to get back out into the dating scene and not understanding that you carry trauma. And I always say, like, you need to hold space for the trauma that you carry. For you, your brain thinks that if you have all the answers, you can read people like a book. Even the most spiritual person in the world, love blinds us. Like, it just does. It's not, I always say, like, the biggest, most important thing to listen to is your emotion and how your body feels. If you have trauma, it means that you're going to be hypersensitive when it comes to trusting people, right? And it's not your fault that you're like that, but I always say we need to hold space for that. Like, if you have betrayal trauma, you need to start trusting yourself more and trusting your judgment and trusting how you feel. Just as an example, like, say you are talking to someone and something about their energy just feels like it's pestering you, and it's not that they are, it just feels a little funky to you. It makes you feel a little uncomfortable, maybe a little smothered, for example, and you may not fully understand why. You don't need to unpack that right now. You need to understand your body doesn't feel right in this energy. What if they're just an energy that moves a little too quickly? What if in the past you've been in connections that moved really quickly, you trusted these people really quickly, and it got you burnt? You then need more of a slow burn. Let's be honest. You need to slow it down a lot more. People that rush you and want to just quickly, I don't know, get to the next phase, that's not going to work for you. It's going to ignite your trauma, because it's literally the same path that you took last time. Like, this is why I always say your emotion's so important. And your emotion, your, like, gut instinct, all of that is super, super quiet. Your brain will try to make sense of it and excuse certain things from other people. It's not that these people are bad people. There's just a clear misalignment. The way that they walk through life, good or bad, or just the way that they interact with you. Something about it doesn't sit right with you. And again, you can unpack it later. You don't need to try to reason with it in the moment. Like, okay, on paper, they look good. They look like they'd be a great partner for me. You feel uncomfortable. Like, how can someone be a good partner if they make you feel uncomfortable? I'm going in on this because I think it's really important for this collective. I don't know why, but I'm going in. Like, you need to, I promise you, listen to your body and what it's trying to tell you. I don't care how loud or how quiet it is, you need to listen. It's what I tell everyone. You need to listen to what your gut, your emotions are trying to tell you. Your brain will always try to override your emotion because it wants to keep you at a baseline. A baseline, it's lived at forever. For you, someone who's been traumatized, well, we've got a pretty good baseline with being traumatized. We feel really comfortable being uncomfortable, being treated poorly, and not listening to ourselves. if you want to elevate from that, you need to start listening to your body, not your brain. Again, your brain, it wants to keep you at a baseline. I say this all the time, our brain is smart. Our brain reminds us to look twice before we cross the road. It tries to tell us what's poisonous and what's not. Anything beyond that, very limiting. Very limiting. This is why, like, if you want to push through barriers and have breakthroughs and all of that, emotions are the way to go. Like, I promise you, even if they're it's trauma that needs to be worked on, like, sometimes we have to take a few steps back to move forward. Like, it's important. You can't bypass emotion. It's such a long bloody rant, but I think it's really important. It's like the one thing I preach on here. I'm gonna bloody put it in my bio. Listen to your emotions, please. Like, it just, you have to understand, like, we have been taught from childhood by our parents to override our emotions. Like, we just have been taught that because they were taught that, their parents before them, and so on and so forth through generations. Like, we are so bogged down when it comes to how we feel. We override that because of what someone else says or what we're supposed to do. Again, if you're interacting with someone and you feel a bit icky, but on paper they look perfect, like, you can't convince yourself to be comfortable with them. I'm going to confirm your emotions. I can still, like, feel myself getting heated, and it's not anyone's fault. It's just I have a real frustration with, I don't know, like, we're so like programmed to not listen to ourselves, and it's like literally our clearest compass we're taught to ignore as children. We're not going to just confirm your emotions. We're going to confirm the emotions you need to look out for. What emotions does this collective need to be aware of? Like, when they show up, that's a clear no from them, or it's a take a step back and connect with yourself. Please, Spirit. I love how heated I get. Shame and disappointment. If someone makes you feel these energies, I should not even need to say this. Like, again, if you are uncomfortable communicating with someone and you don't know why, it doesn't matter why you feel uncomfortable. Like, you don't need to sit there and try to analyze it and understand it and try to plan how you're going to move on from it. Like, you need to stop and listen to yourself. You are literally uncomfortable. Do not cross your own boundary talking to someone because you don't want to be mean or you don't want them to be uncomfortable. I will lose my mind. I cannot deal with this. We are so heavily programmed. I hope you, like, people that watch my videos understand, like, I ride for my collective, so I can't deal with it. We are so programmed to not listen to ourselves. We get ourselves in, oh my God, here we go. We get ourselves into really, really silly, sometimes dangerous situations because we don't trust ourselves, because we're taught not to. I explained this to a friend. I'm going to try to explain this without, like, losing my marbles, but for people that have been heavily traumatized or have been through traumatic situations as children especially, and have been taught through that, whether it's directly or indirectly, we've learned that it's not safe to trust ourselves. It's not safe to use our voice. It's not safe to say no. It's not safe to do anything because you don't want to stir the pot, because you don't know what reaction you're going to get from someone. For people that have trauma like that, when we encounter a situation like the beginning of it where it's a clear no, you can see how heated I'm getting. Like, anyway, we're supposed to say no. We're supposed to take a step back. We're not supposed to be in this situation. We don't know that. We don't understand that because we've been taught not to listen to ourselves, not to use our voice, not to walk away, not to create upheaval or make other people uncomfortable. We end up being in situations we shouldn't be in, situations that can end up being dangerous for us, right? And it's not the collective's fault. It's not anyone's fault. It just unfortunately is. It is what it is. And this is why I'm so, like, oh my God, why I'm so firm on this. Listen to your emotions, because there's so much shit that we go through that we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to go through it, but we don't know that. And so for people that don't know that, unfortunately, we have to go through it to learn that the hard way. Anyway, let's continue confirming the emotions you need to be aware of that are a clear no from you, right? What shows up when you interact with other people? Awakening. That's not clear, is it? It's a realization though. Fear. I'm going to confirm that awakening now. Trust. This awakening, I love that that's the first one I confirm. I've got, like, chills. This awakening of trust, it's about your boundaries. It's about, oh my God. This is what I was saying before, like, for us, we have to go through these situations. It's the only way that we learn to stand up for ourselves and learn to start trusting ourselves. Collective, you really need to anger. Like, that's the clearest indicator, I always say it, of a boundary being crossed. You need to listen to what you're feeling. Like, I don't care who you offend, who you make uncomfortable. I do not give a shit. I care about the collective. I don't care about anyone else. Shame. Should not feel ashamed about anything. Resistance. There you go. Again, like this, and this, the emotion that will pop up, like it's not always loud. It's not always clear. Sometimes it's a little bit of like, ooh, I feel a bit, I don't know, I feel a bit funny about it. Like that's it. You do not need any more. Trust me, when you start finding out more information about why you feel like that, as in continue talking to someone, it's going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. The way you're treated is going to get worse. You're going to do more damage to yourself without even realizing it. Our boundaries are for us first. They're up to us first. We are the one that have to uphold them. If we don't have any boundaries, well, look at what happens to us. Too many. Disappointment, please. Oh my god, that's a gazillion. I love that it's on the floor. Panic, see? Oh my god. I'm like seeing someone scrambling, like, wait, what I said didn't make sense. I have to change what I was saying, or I have to explain it in a different way. Like this need to correct yourself, correct the situation, to not feel disappointed, or for other people to not feel disappointed. Like it's not your burden to carry. It's not yours to fix. This is what childhood trauma does. Like look at me, like I'm so heated. I'm so introspection. Held that super awkwardly. Anyway, fear with forgiveness and nostalgia. Like this is the stuff you need to be aware of. Like energies at number one feel familiar. You need to really question why. What about them feels familiar? Is it a good familiar, or like, I've done this before. I've met one of you before. It didn't end well for me. Like you need to really pay attention to this. This is like the one thing that people miss and they don't understand is literally their emotions. And it's the clearest, easiest indicator that something's not for you. We'll go over it one more time because I want to be really, really clear. Right, you've got introspection on the bottom. Like this is like what I'm saying. Anyway, shame, resistance. If these two pop up while you're talking to someone, you feel like that, that's a no. Thank you. That's a no. Unpack it later. Disappointment, panic. Okay. Immediate no. Unpack it later. I like this though, right? Because within this like heavy negative energy, it's for self. It's not for them. It's not for them. Fear, forgiveness, nostalgia. I'm so torn on this forgiveness as well, and I feel like the collective, this is imbalanced energy. This feels like I need to rectify something, and like I said before, do not fall into the trap of I don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. Like this feels like something you've been through before. Do not fall into that trap. You need to pull back. You've got repression here as well. You need to pull back your energy when you notice this emotion pop up in you. I do not care what someone else is doing. I don't care. Leave them on red. I don't care. What I care about is this collective. You can sort this out later with them. I don't care. We'll get the universe's advice because I feel like I've already absolutely just given you a gutful. So we'll just hear from the universe. They'll say it nicer than I will. Surely. Well, sometimes not. Universe's advice for the collective, please. For their current energy. For everyone's, you don't feel supported. You don't feel emotionally in tune. Nine of Cups, independence. It's independent, self-satisfaction, Five of Cups. You need to accept where you are, number one. Determination. Okay, Four of Wands reversed. You don't feel supported. You don't feel supported. Whatever you're aligning with right now feels like a no. It feels like if me bloody lecturing you for that long wasn't clear enough, misalignment. You don't feel supported in this energy. Oh God. Anyone you connect with that doesn't make you feel supported, do I need to say it? Like they're not for you. For someone that's been through trauma, the fact that I was speaking about it like that tells me you've been through a lot. Like not just typical, like I've had just a shitty breakup. We're talking about some severe stuff here. You have to listen to it. Like your emotion does not lie. Your brain will try to convince you otherwise. So just take a step back and see it in how you feel so you can understand that. Not your brain making you feel bad because you feel off. Like those thoughts, they're not yours. They're from other people. Like those are memories. And this also feels like a repeated cycle. FYI, I always say this for me is a good cycle. Reverse is not a great cycle, but it's a cycle, right? It's something that's a repeated energy. Aligning with people that don't make you feel supported, the energy, the emotions that I spoke about before, those specifically, those are the clearest indicators it's not for you. King of Wands. You've got to be more, you've got to have more self-assurance and confidence and take inspired action. When it comes to your emotions, if you feel disconnected from yourself, if you feel too sensitive at times, you need to draw back. Like you need to understand how you feel, not what you think, not trying to analyze everything. What do you feel? How do you actually feel? What is actually showing up for you? I'm going to add in to the video, I'll add it to the end. I'll add in an emotions chart and like screenshot it or go find it on Google, whatever. And it's like a wheel and it's got the like primary emotions, I guess you could call them, whatever. And then it's got all the other like specific emotions like loneliness, isolation, like all of that. You need to identify how you actually feel, I feel like, for this collective. Especially, again, if you're someone who's been traumatized, disconnected from self, from emotions, like you need to begin to understand how you feel. And again, if you're someone who you like to analytically understand things, well, maybe that's a way you can analytically understand your emotions by putting a label, a name on it. Two of Pentacles, you need to rebalance yourself when it comes to how you fill up your own cup. You've got to look after yourself first. And well, Nine of Cups really is an energy of, it's self-satisfaction. It's what you've created for yourself. You need to balance it. You need to find center in it, I feel. Center in self. And again, the way you're going to find center in self is not by bloody aligning with people who evoke such, severe emotions from you. Absolutely not. That's a disservice to yourself. And again, if you've been through trauma, you've been literally programmed, wired to align with these people. Like, why would you not? It's what you've always done. Your brain likes consistency. It likes to maintain a baseline. It doesn't care if the baseline is shit and makes you feel awful. As long as you're alive, it literally doesn't care. You can feel like shit and lay in bed all day for weeks on end. As long as you're alive, it does not give a shit. Five of Cups, please. Page of Pentacles. I feel like with these two, you need to hold space for this. Like, I'm sorry, you can't just not feel sad sometimes. Like, sometimes we just have to sit in how we feel. You've got to hold space for this. How you handle your emotions, like, you need to work on it. Because, again, if you've been programmed to not listen to them, this is the thing that's going to guide you into what you want. Like, you analytically trying to read people and understand them when you're going to be clouded anyway because you've got trauma. Like, that just, you need to trust yourself. Like, this is my energy of pre-planning. It's not actioning anything. It's coming up with an idea. Like, you need more time, I feel, for you. You need more time to understand yourself. It doesn't mean you can't talk to people and whatever. You can do whatever you want. Like, it's your life. But you need to hold space for how you feel, and you need to, I think, learn from how you feel. Like I keep saying, listening to your emotions. You need to listen and pay attention. It's the one thing that is going to get you what you want and also keep you safe. Like I explained before, your brain loves baseline. Baseline, rock bottom, it doesn't care. It's like we've lived like this forever. Why would we change it now? Like, we've survived. You're happy sometimes. You'll just maintain this. No, absolutely not. You're trying to thrive, not just maintain a baseline in hell. Hello. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm sending this collective a lot of love. Please listen to what I said. Just at a minimum, listen to what I said about listening to your emotions. Like, they don't lead you astray. They don't. Like, your brain will contradict it. Ignore that for the moment and just don't make choices when you're heavily in your emotions. Just wait and see what shows up. Pay attention to it. Write it down. I always say journal. Write it down. I find, for me, I recommend to everyone, I find that I can't always come to a conclusion, but I'll have at a minimum a realization about something. Anyway, I'm sending this collective a lot of love, and I'm going to stop rambling because I feel like I've overwhelmed you. You trust yourself and you will get where you want to go. Just one slow step at a time. Just draw back. Anyone that makes you feel uncomfortable, I was going to swear, tell them to go away or politely decline. Like, there's no harm in you rejecting someone. Like, if that's actually going to break their heart, if you guys don't have like an intense connection already, well, they've got some trauma to work on. Okay? That's not your problem. Anyway, have a good day.